Hello people, welcome to section 2. It's entitled Capture Recapture because it deals with some word problems with proportions. Basically, this is all the vocab you need to know. One little thing there, so we're going to go right into some examples. Got 3 different ones here. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got word problems. We're going to set this up into a proportion. If you remember that from the beginning, we have is over of is equal to our percent over 100. Okay, this 100 value does not change. It's always going to be there, but these 3 values is, of, and percent are the ones that could change. Okay, so what we've got here in this first problem, we've got 29 is what percent of 45. So what we're looking for is we're looking for these keywords is, of, and then percent. So I'm going to look here. I see the first keyword I see is is, and that's right next to 29. So I've got 29 is. And when it's right next to each other, okay, that is what is in this proportion will be 29. So we've got 29, and then we've got what percent. So I see this percent here, and I've got this word what. Whenever we see the word what, that's our variable. So our variable is going to go over for the percent part of our proportion. And we've got of 45. That means 45 is our of value, and that is over 100. So now we've got our proportion that's very similar to what we solved in section 1. So to solve this using undoing division, we're going to multiply by 100 on each side. So didn't fit this very well, so we're multiplying by 100. And when we type in 100 times 29 divided by 45 is equal to x, when we type that in, we get a value of x is equal to 64.4 repeating. Okay, so our final answer here is 64.4 repeating. And if we look at that in the context of our problem, that is technically 64.4 repeating, and that is a percent. Since we have a percent value here, this is a percent. Okay, so that's the first example. So when we go to this next example, we've got 7% of what number is 14. So now we're looking for those 3 key things again to set up our proportion. So we have 100, and then we've got the 3 blanks that we're looking for. The first keyword we see is 7%. So that means this is 7. We've got of what number. Of what number? We've got the of, and then it says of what. So that means our variable is going to go down here in the of position. Then we've got is 14, so we've got 14 on the top. So when we are trying to solve this, remember this is one, we can't solve this using undoing division right away because our x is on the bottom. So we need to invert each side. So it looks like x divided by 14 is equal to 100 divided by 7. Now we can solve this. We get the x by itself by multiplying by 14 on each side. So we end up with x is equal to 100 times 14 times, or divided by 7. And when we type that into our calculator, we get an answer of 200. And if we look at where this 200 would fit into this equation, it's just a normal number because it falls under the of category. So his final answer of 200 is correct. Okay. And then the final example, we've got what number is 36% of 72. So we're looking at our equation here again. I've got what number is. So we've got that what number is right next to the word is. So that means my variable goes in the is spot. Now, some people will ask, okay, but is right next to 36. But we've got 36%. So that percent takes over the 36. Okay, so the is not associated with the 36%. The is associated with the what number. All right, so we've got 36%, as we just talked about, that goes here. And we've got 72 of 72, so that goes on the bottom. To solve this, we multiply by 72 on each side. And we get an answer, so when we multiply by 72, we have x is equal to 36 times 72. That's divided by 100. Our final answer, then we type this into our calculator. Our final answer is 25.92. And because this variable is sitting in the is spot, 25.92 is our final answer. You don't have to put a percentage at all in it. The only time you need to do that is when we're asking for the what percent. Okay, so we've got is over of equals percent over 100. That's the big idea for today. Knowing what we talked about earlier today, here's your try on your own problems. There's 3 of them here. Please answer all 3 in your notebook for the notebook check. And if you have any other questions, make sure you let me know. And you have a great day.